Good morning, everybody. With Sukkot rapidly approaching, I want to continue discussing the six constant mitzvahs, and in particular, the mitzvah that we're focusing on, which is the mitzvah of Ahavat Hashem, the love of God, loving Hashem in our lives. But I want to pause for a minute and just share with you today something separate, something different. And that is that on Yom Kippur, the Jewish people lost a very, very special woman, a great hero of the Jewish people, somebody who fought and made a difference and changed the lives and the future of the entire Jewish world, and the whole world for that matter. Her name was Miriam Levinger, Rabbinit or Rebbetzin Miriam Levinger. She was married to the famous Rabbi Levinger, and the two of them together with a group of heroic individuals were really the ones responsible for the resettlement of the ancient Jewish community in Hebron. The community Hebron, the Jewish people in Hebron, date way back to the times of King David. They lived there for thousands of years until a terrible, terrible massacre that took place in 1929 when the Jews were forced out of Hebron, and they never returned. That was until 1979, a little bit earlier actually, right after the Six-Day War. They started to return, but they didn't return to the proper city of Hebron until a woman named Miriam Levinger, the Rebbetzin, Rabbinit Miriam Levinger, decided that enough was enough. And she took a small group of brave women and they climbed up a ladder into the old, ancient, abandoned Jewish hospital in Hebron, which had been a great, wonderful hospital and been abandoned since the massacre in 1929. It was called Beit Hadassah Hospital in Hebron. And she, with a group of women and children, climbed up a ladder into that building and plunked themselves down, and they said, "We are not moving from this place until we have the right to reestablish our community in Hebron that was destroyed in 1929. And they were there for months under terrible conditions. And the Israeli government didn't know what to do with them. And eventually, slowly, it's a long story, but you should read the story. It's fascinating. You can look online. There's books about it. But this incredibly brave woman and her group of other women who were committed and dedicated to the notion that the Jewish people belong in the city of Hebron, that it's a Jewish city and that we have a right to live there. It's the city of our patriarchs, where Abraham lived and Sarah lived, and the patriarchs and matriarchs are buried there. She was so committed to this vision that they suffered terribly for almost a year until finally the Israeli government relented and decided that they could start a small little community in Hebron, which today has grown into becoming one of the most important and one of the most inspiring Jewish communities in all of Israel. Miriam Levinger, Rebbetzin Miriam Levinger, passed away on Yom Kippur. She was a hero of the Jewish people. She fought, she suffered for the Jewish people. She gave her life and everything she had, her soul, her heart, everything to the Jewish people in the land of Israel. And she deserves to be known and to be understood and to be memorialized in a proper way. So I encourage you to read about her. Rebbetzin Miriam Levinger. Go online and do some of your own research. She was a true, true hero of the Jewish people, and she left us on Yom Kippur on a very, very holy day. Her pure, holy soul ascended to Shemayim. May she be remembered for a blessing, and may she rest in peace and be a source of continued advocacy on behalf of the Jewish people.